it's hot today too. This concrete is pretty hot, but hey, it is what it is, right? I can actually pull this all the way out here because it's going underneath that wall. So I guess I could hook this. I could hook this right on there. Just like that. Okay. Now I can push that back, and I could probably do it without the pliers. I'm going to try without the pliers first. Sometimes I can snap it, other times I can't. We'll just see if I can here. There, got it. Okay. I was able to snap it after all without using my pliers. You probably want to see what that looks like. You know, most of these repairs and ads, once you do one, you can pretty much figure it out from there. I'm making the assumption you haven't seen any of my other videos. I got quite a few on drip irrigation. See how I just got this looped in there, and I can make it long. I know I've got to pull it through that wall and then cut it, put a 90 on there and push it back tight to the wall. So if I cut it, you know, up tight like that, then I've got enough slop to then push it back so I'm tight to with the elbow right to the front side of that concrete stucco wall back there. Okay, and then I'll come back and cover this up and see when I put the dirt in, this won't push down at all. See how that fitting is in there all nicely. And then I'll push it down just a little bit like that and then cover it that way. Okay? And I'll cover all that other stuff up there, clean that up and all that. That's something nice and easy, but I want to get everything hooked up first, right? Let's get everything hooked up first. Get you back on their tripod. And we'll go back here and see what parts we need next. I know I'm going to need an elbow at the wall, a 90-degree elbow there, 90-degree elbow on the inside corner there. I think I'll clean up that corner maybe a little bit or something. Or maybe I can wedge it. I clean this out, maybe I can wedge the pipe right underneath a couple of these edges. And then I'll probably put a 90-degree elbow here before I dip it up, rather than dip it straight up from here. I'll come over there and dip it up. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, get my parts and clean that up a little bit, and I'll be ready to go some more. Ooh. Got that attached there. It comes out of there with the elbow. I got another elbow there and another elbow there, and I attached it. I found some 6-penny finish nails. These are 6s, and those are probably 8s. I even had some 4s in here. Yeah. In any case, I used the 6s. Look at all the ones I bent. These I'm going to end up throwing all those away because, you know, this patio was poured right up against the stucco, so there's a hairline crack in there. And I tried to get the pipe down as low as I could, and I put this in at an angle. Put the little finish nails in at an angle and got in that crack. Tap, 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 tap. and then kind of bent it up a little bit. And it's pinched it just a hair, but not enough for it to leak or anything. In fact, that one's up just a hair. Just a hair high. I want to get enough friction. I want to get enough friction on there to hold it up tight to that. So I did it there, there. So you can't even really see them, can you? And then there's a nail. There's a nail right there. Oh, and there. And that's just how I'm going to leave it. Okay? So that's what you're going to see. You don't even really see it too much as you're walking around. And then I've just got it looped up around the back. And I could have came across with another elbow here, another elbow there. I didn't want to do all that. Okay? Then I'll take this and poke it down in between the plant and get it over in here, cut it off. Right now I've got it long because I'm going to turn the water on, because remember I had to fish it underneath those roots and stuff on the other side, and if there's any little bit of dirt in here, it's going to get my bubbler, it's going to clog my bubbler. So I'm going to turn this on real quick and get the water to come out of there. And see, I'm just going to kind of I want to get this as low as I can. See, I'll just have it up in there like that. So I snaked it through there, and then that's just going to live like that. That's fine. And see, this plant kind of holds it down, and then I'll cut this a little bit and put the bubbler right in the middle. And I think I'm going to do a half-gallon bubbler, half-gallon per hour bubbler, and then I think a gallon bubbler is going to be too much, and it's going to fill up with water. Granted, this particular pot has a hole in it, and it's got a container down there, so I'm not going to be around, but I think a half-gallon per hour is going to be just fine there. So before I do that, I'm going to turn the water on and flush that pipe out. Okay, I got it. Water's coming out of it just fine. Just a precaution in case I got any dirt in it whatsoever. Okay, now I can shut it off, cut it where I want, stick the bubbler on it, and get ready to cover up all the dirt out front underneath the bushes. Now, how much water do we need? Half-gallon per hour? And see, if I have a half-gallon per hour and the bubbler stays on for 30 minutes, that's a quarter gallon. That's a quarter gallon in 30 minutes, actually. A quarter gallon in 15 minutes. Is that enough water for that? Probably. But I don't know. Maybe I should put a gallon bubbler on there. A gallon bubbler per hour, and I've got the bubblers on for 30 minutes. Okay? But, so that would be a half-gallon of water. If you can imagine pouring a half-gallon of water on there, would that be enough to water that? And we're not only going to do it once a day, we're doing it twice a day. Good grief. That tells me probably just a half-gallon bubbler. So that's what I'm going to put on, is the half-gallon bubbler. And see, that's what, like this one here, that's why I changed this to half-gallon per hour. And this one a half-gallon per hour, because these are small enough plants. Now this plant over here, this one, what would you do here? Probably a gallon per hour. There's 2 plants in there. The pot's really big. I'll put a gallon per hour bubbler on there. There's a bubbler on there already. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to be redoing that in a minute. I'm going to take this pipe off. I'm not really going to show you this one. I'll just show you the very end product. And I can put it in here. I've got to dig this out a little bit. Some of the felt paper is all, felt padding in there is all kind of worn out. Shouldn't take me too long. I want to replace this because the painter painted this and they painted the outside. I don't know why they did that, but hey, accidents happen. I could clean that all off, but either way, I want to get it repositioned down in there, which means I have to put a 90-degree elbow in there and stuff, and I'll just use a new piece. I can save that old piece, you know, for some patches that I'm going to cover up under the ground. Okay? All right, I'm almost done with this project. See here, half GPH pressure, half gallon per hour. Condensating drippers used to drip at the rate of half gallon per hour. Gallon per hour, so this is a half. Okay, and I don't know what they do. These happen to be red. My 2-gallon ones has a green tip, and the 1-gallons have a black tip, but I don't know if they did that years ago or not. So, I'm not quite sure, like what you see on yours. I'm not. Oh. Let's do it over here. I think I want that right about in the middle. Okay. And that should do me just fine. I want to make it just a hair long, not very long, because I can adjust this back and forth in there. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to kind of poke that down there in the middle, like that. You don't even really see it. Okay, that's it. So now I've got to cover this all up, and I've got to get in there and reposition everything. I've got my dirt pile here, my ground cover bark over here, my ground cover bark over there, because I slid all the bark out of the way first, and I have to get in the back, do the same thing, cover all that up. And when I was down here, I had to trim off a few little bits and pieces so I can get in there. So when I get all done, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to trim that one off and trim off a few low ones. And that way, when I'm right here, I can see that it's all done about the same over in there. Trim off some bottom ones down over here. Make it look all nice and pretty. Make it look like I was never here. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. Oh, my aching back. Ugh. Time to clean up, but if you're still watching this video, yeah, see, I told you I was going to do it. I dug that out, put a 90-degree elbow right there in the corner. Ran new pipe over there. You can't even see it now because I did it right. I pulled that stuff up, dug the dirt out a little bit, reconnected it right down in there, zipped it around, pushed that all back, and now I got to sweep up, and I stuck it back in over here, and I put a 1-gallon bubbler on there. I'm not quite sure what kind of bubbler this was, because see, most of them aren't like this anymore. This is an old school one there. I don't think this is an inline bubbler. You just hook on the pipe there, and this part was streaming out. But I changed it, put a 1-gallon bubbler in there, and I haven't tested it yet. I probably should test it before I call it good. But now I can sweep up. I can put this all back together. See, I only have this much left of the old pipe. And so I'm glad I got a 100-footer, and I'll use that for next time. I'm sure I'll find more things that need to be done, more repairs out in the side yard, backyard, wherever else. Next time I come here, I never know what Motha has for me to do, you know, but I'll be ready when that time comes. All right, time to clean up. Hope you learned something.